Welcome to Model Craft Hub. I'm Gulsher, a passionate 3D modeler with over 3 years of experience in the 3D industry. On this channel, I'll be your guide to the exciting world of 3D modeling. Join me as we explore, create, and learn together. Let's dive in. Hello, awesome people. This is Gulsher, and we are here to learn how to make a wonderful wooden crate and simple and easy steps. I'm going to guide you step by step and in detail about the basic concepts of Blender. Here we can see we have Blender open already, and this is a 3D space consisting of X, Y, and Z axis. Here we have a properties tab. Here we have render properties, scene properties, from where we can select how our render output would be like. Okay, so here the output, we decide what kind of output we get, the PNG, the FFmpeg, the JPEG, it's a video, it's image sequences, it depends. We will see that in the future videos. Okay, here we have the hierarchy where we can see all the objects in the scene. Here we have the basic modification like selection tool, cursor tool, and so on. We will be going through all of these according to the object modification. Now let's start with the awesome wooden crate. Okay, so keep this in mind when we want to model something. It's very important we should consider the basic shape of the model, which in our case would be a cube. And Blender gives us this shape by pressing Shift A. Okay, one more thing is that we should always have some references for 3D modeling, so I have chosen this one. It's quite complicated, but we will go for a simple one. I would highly encourage you guys to try this one out. Okay, so as you can see, we have this area over here where it is extruded. Let's make it first. Okay, now going to the edit mode, you can just simply press the tab, or by going to the top left corner of the screen you would see the edit mode. Also you would find there 3 modes right next to the edit mode. There are vertex mode, edge mode, and face mode. In the edge mode you can move the edges, make the changes to it, it's up to you. Also we have the face mode. You can change the face and add subdivision to it. We will see all of this in the next coming videos. Okay, so now what we need a face mode. Okay, now select all by pressing A on your keyboard and I for inset face, and you just need to move the mouse a little bit. What this would do, it would create edges around the face of the model. Okay, now let's move the faces each in their own direction. This side would be in this direction, this side would be in this direction, this side would be in this direction, right? So yeah, let me raise that. Yeah, so what we would do, we would press Alt E and select extrude face along normal and just move the mouse and oops, let's go down. Wait, no, it's too much. Yeah, yeah, this looks fine. Yeah. Yeah, it looks fine now. Okay, so now what we need to do, let's add wooden base to make the box more stronger, like this X shape. Okay, so go to edit mode right? And select the face mode and Shift S and select cursor to selected. What it will do, it will move the cursor to the required area, right? We need to make an X shape. So now what we would do, we would get a cube again and scale the cube down in x-axis. Yeah, let's do it more. And scale it down in the z-axis. Yeah, it looks nice. Okay, as you can see, we have made a rectangular shape, and you can see we have changed the scales from in x-axis and z-axis. Now what we need to do, we need to press Ctrl A and select rotation and scale. What it will do, it will make the scale of the x and z axis to 1, which is very important if we need to change and modify the object even more, right? So we want to make an X shape, right? What we need to do, is let's rotate it in x-axis, and 45 would be enough. Yeah, we rotated it in x-axis and gave it the value 45. As you can see in the rotation x-axis, it's 45, right? Now we need to make it an X shape, so we would duplicate it by pressing Shift plus D and rotate it 90 degrees. Yeah, it looks nice. Only let's change the scale because it's overlapping. Yeah, let's change it. Yeah, it looks much nicer. Great. Okay, go to the edit mode and select the faces and scale it in Y axis. It looks nice. Now let's join these. Now let's join them by selecting both and pressing Ctrl J. What we would do, we would be using mirror modifier. Now we would tell the mirror modifier that the objects need to be placed according to the box we created. Now we want it on the top, so what we would do, we would just duplicate it and rotate it in Z axis and move it like this. Yeah, just move it more. And yeah, let's change the axis to Y, and you can see we have this on the other side as well. Okay, so yeah, we need to add it on the top as well, so let's just rotate it into -90 and go up, move it upwards, yeah, like this. Yeah, and place the position. Yeah, it looks nice. Yeah, we need to add the mirror modifier again. Let's do it. Assign it. Yeah, as you can see, it's on the Z axis, so it's below now, and on the top as well. This is the advantage of using mirror modifier. Now what we need to do, we need to apply all the modifiers by pressing Ctrl A and selecting Visual Geometry to Mesh. You can see the modifier has been applied. Now we will need to join them. Make sure all of them are selected and press Ctrl J. Let's join the rest of it as well. Press Ctrl J again and we would join it. Now it looks a very basic box. Let's add material to it in the material properties, and you will press new, and let's change the color just for fun. Yeah, you can also add the color, it would look nice and everything, but we need details. So what we would do, we need the details like in the boxes. So what we would do, it's better to find, okay, so let's find a texture that would give us these kind of details. So I would search wood texture and I will go to images and look for a good texture. You are free to add any texture you want. Let's go for the old ones and let's see. I find this. Yeah, it looks nice. Okay, so yeah. Okay, let's go to edit mode and select all and press U on the keyboard and select the cube map projection. It will UV unwrap for you, and let's change the UV of planks. Let's select all the face of planks and press Ctrl L. Okay, let's press U, and in the UV editor rotate the UV for the planks, and yeah, it looks fine. Yeah, it looks nice. Now it's time to take a cool render to show it to everyone. Now what we need, as you can see, we don't have a light source into the scene, so let's press Shift A and you can also increase the strength of the sun to have more light. As you can see, yeah, it looks nice, fine. Okay, so make sure you change your render engine from Eevee to Cycle. Also, reduce the renders to 512 or 1024. It depends totally on your GPU. If you have a good GPU, then you could go for higher samples, but this is fine for now. Okay, let's add a ground to make it look nice, and duplicate it and place these boxes randomly just for the aesthetics. Yeah, this looks fine. Yeah, also we would be giving material to the ground. Let's name it ground. Yeah, let's make it darker and move it up a bit. Yeah, it looks fine. Change it to the metallic and the roughness values. Let's duplicate these just for the aesthetics. Randomly, it's totally up to you guys. How do you want to make it look like? And let's add a camera. Press shift A to and add the camera, and just look at the scene. Here you would find the camera. As you can see, it's along the cursor. Now you need to set the camera. Okay, so yeah, what you can do is you can just focus wherever you want the camera or the render you want. You could press Ctrl Alt and 0. So yeah, just like this. Now you need to move it. Now you need to move the camera. Let's move it so we can show all the three of them and place it. Yeah, it looks fine. Make sure you guys switch the device to GPU so it will render much faster and it would get better results while rendering. So what you need to do, go to the solid view. Okay, and as you can see, it's the solid view. Go to render and select render image, and here we go, it's rendering. Now what you need to do is you need to look on the samples, and when the samples are completed, your render is done. You need to be very patient about your renders. So here, yeah, here we go. So our render has completed, and as you can see, this is the result. Now select the image and save it, and reduce the compression, and the color depth should be 16. It's a good practice, and move it to the location wherever you want to save. You can rename your render and just save it. It's done. It's that simple. Okay, thank you so much guys for watching this video. Hit the subscribe button. Hopefully you like the video. Also let me know in the comments if you have any question or any request. I will answer you as fast as I can.